Alrighty, this is P.O.C. and this is relevant to what is exactly the specific environment where stalking identified and mental illness is diagnosed, and public corruption, incompetence, corruption in positions that are abused for criminal purposes. This is where levying war of an American citizen is identified, where the United States government is engaging in what is criminal monitoring, which is the inhumane surveillance system underway by a government that are the people of the state, and the government that you're looking at, Colin Sheehy, who's going to be subject to a federal prosecution for treason. Also the impunity with which he's engaged in targeting me in Upland, California, while San Bernardino County Fire, under the corrupt leadership of Daniel Muncie, who was not a fire chief, he is a domestic terrorist and he's a mentally ill one. While the pattern of conduct is underway by San Bernardino County, who was documented engaged in psychopathic behavior, such as criminal monitoring, light activity, relevant positioning, audible activity, while surveillance is underway by a corrupt fire department and maintaining that illusion under the guise of the U.S. military's criminal pattern of conduct that's underway throughout the states. This is what's relevant regarding, first of all, evidence documenting Landivar. Landivar of Upland Police is here 2 hours earlier during the 8 a.m. hour. It's currently 9:54, so approximately two hours earlier during the 8 a.m. hour. It's 9:54 a.m. Also yesterday, which was May 28, 2026, I remain in Ontario, California, okay? And I arrived in Upland at a later hour, and that's not the first time I've done that. Arriving in Upland, California in the middle of the afternoon, and so does the fake sun. And if it's over me en route to this venue, then that means it's not simultaneously remaining over the venue. That would require more than one sun. That would require also what is impossible, the ubiquitous presence. And do you see the sun over there? It's not in that direction. It's not remaining over their cars. It's not moving through their windows like what I'm documenting, even while I'm walking and while I'm aboard gang stalking venues such as Omnitrans. The entities engaged in what is keeping this fake sun is I'm at the Upland Public Library, and while you're looking at it at 9:54, now 9:55, this is prosecuting multiple features of the multiple aspects of the entity at one time. In fact, it's prosecuting the entire entity, because this is speaking to the specific environment that is present at the Ontario Civic Center, where the entity is gang stalking me at 9:35 a.m. and hysterical laughter is the means of a mentally ill psychopath that is obsessed and refuses to abandon relevant positioning, which is criminal presence, where the City of Ontario employees are abusing and exploiting access under the corrupt leadership of Paul Leon, just like in Upland, California, under the corrupt leadership of Bill Velto, where they are financing surveillance and furtherance of murder in concert with the population, a bunch of demons that are pacing. This is mentally ill and criminal conduct under the fake sun that's over the same corner where I'm seated inside of the library in the middle of the afternoon. Refer to the evidence that I'm capturing regarding criminal summoning of the demon-possessed, engaging in surveillance, such as what AMR and the Ontario Fire Department are doing at 2:25, 2:10 in the afternoon, where this fake sun is in the same position over this building, over me while I'm inside of it. This is the POC. That is speaking to what is also relevant regarding an example of looking at what is science, which is going to serve to prosecute the demon-possessed that are being federally prosecuted for terrorism, domestic terrorism, where domestic terrorists are going to be subject to what is a body of laws, local, state, and federal, in order to also isolate them under martial law and remove, and that is to neutralize the threat that they pose while they engage in surveillance, like what the City of Upland is engaging in. Amplifying plain activity, just like what you hear at the Ontario Civic Center. This is obsession. And this is, again, the entity that is gangs. This is the mentally ill that are sharing that same criminal pattern of conduct. And where's the fake sun? Right here over me. This is the identical pattern of conduct that they're engaged in. That's no legitimate school district. Those are sex offenders that have access to children. Children that are engaged in gang stalking. Children that are engaging in sexual violence, by the way. Criminal monitoring. Acts of terrorism by the mentally ill that are engaging in aerial surveillance of a psychopathic nature. That's why the fake sun is still here after 2 o'clock, 3, 4, 5, because at 5 p.m. when the entity still has engineer light above what is Brianna's head while she's sitting inside of the library, and a demon is gang stalking me with the baby intentionally outside of the window, going into what is to ask to check out a book or the conference room, the study rooms. They're stalking in the path, and that's not sunlight, nor would the sun still be here. 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 hours later. Okay, so let's get the license plate of the one that wants you to see babies engage stalking in the custody of a sex offender, a homosexual that is engaging in what is heterosexual activity in order to have a baby that is cursed. That's a demon, that's an infant, that's a cursed person that's engaging in criminal activity, and that's federal prison. But the mentally ill want you to see that, and you are being educated by it. 9 Sam David Edwards 770. Son, where her co-defendants are present until closing time, where I'm capturing the fake son literally right here across the street, aimed on me as I exit the doors of this venue at 6 o'clock in the evening, 7 o'clock Monday through Thursday. This is P.O.C. That's the mentally ill, and unfortunately, they are procreating. Okay, but so do cockroaches and maggots and rats. This is the P.O.C. It is currently 9:58 a.m.